What's up, guys? So today we're going to learn how to send data between different screens on Android. So let me just show you what we're going to be building here. Let's see. So we're going to build just a simple app that will take some message from the first screen and send all that to the second screen. All right, give me a second here. All right, just show you one more time what's going on. Here's some data. All right, so this is what we're going to build. Cool. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to open up a fresh project in Android Studio. We're going to do an empty activity. Just going to call this one 2 activities, 2 screens, we'll call it. 2 screens. We're going to do Kotlin. Alright. Give this a second. Android Studio sets everything up for us, and then goes ahead and downloads all the required information from Gradle. It's really nice not having to do all this ourselves. Let's see here. Where can I put this? This right there. Alright, so as we can see, gonna have to wait a few seconds here. We're seeing that it's setting up our file for us. Okay, so I think we're ready. So let's take a look at what we've got to start with. So we start with just the little hello world screen. That's the initial thing they give us. So we're gonna create a text view here with a little send button that will send whatever text we write in here to our second screen. So let's do that, and then we'll move on to the next step. So we click this split button. I'm gonna get rid of this text. Actually, we'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of this text view. So if you just click this in here and you just click delete, that will disappear. Oh wait, hold on. Let's pull it out of there. Delete. There we go. All right, so we do want a text view. Sorry. And we're going to have a button as well. So we can pull those two into here. Where's our button? Blueprint. Pull this down. There we go. Okay. Put this here. Put this here. So we're going to give this 16 pixels here, and give this 16 pixels there. I'm going to set this one up here. Give this a constraint there. And let's see, snap it there. So we're going to click both of them. So click on one of them, click shift, and click the other, and then click right click, click chains. We're going to create a horizontal chain. Let's see what this looks like. Flipping to the design. Alright, that's not it. That is not it. Alright, sometimes you can just start over. So let's just delete this, delete that. Alright, let's create a little text view. Create a button. Alright, text view. Move this guy. It's pretty annoying, my face is getting in the way. Alright, make it a little smaller. There we go. Alright. Let's see, how are we going to do this? Let's look at the split view here. So for text view, we want to give this a width, give this a 0 dp width. Text. We're going to get rid of the text. We're going to give it a hint. We're going to say enter your message here. Okay. Absolute Y. Yeah, we don't want this one. Alright, where did he go? That's the question. Okay. Go back to the design view. See if we can pull this one down. Alright, we're going to give this one a constraint on the bottom. Let's see here. Give this guy. See if we can get these things lined up. Alright. Alright, stick that one down there. Alright, so we want to get rid of this constraint. I'm not sure what that is. Let's see how we can get rid of that. Text view. Alright, I think this guy we do not want. Let's get rid of that. Alright. And now, let's move this guy. What is that constraint? Huh. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to try this again here. And delete this guy. Delete this guy. Let's just do one at a time. Alright, pull that button in there. I'm going to go back to the blueprint view. Alright, we're going to stick this guy, give this a 16 dp on the bottom right, and on the bottom. Okay, cool. Now let's do a text view. And see if we can do that horizontal thing. So click one, hold shift, and then click the other, right click. We're going to try giving it a chain, create a horizontal chain. No, that's not it. How do we undo that? Try Control Z. Yeah, that worked. Okay, so press Control Z to get rid of that. And then let's move this text view. Let's see here. We want to chain it to the bottom. Yeah. Okay, cool. And let's see here. Width, we want it to be 0 dp. Oh, actually, no. Undo. That one needs to stay like that. The text view, we want layout width of 0 dp. Okay. Height, wrap content. Alright, we're going to give it our hint. Enter your message here. Okay. Chain this guy to the side. Let's try this. Layout is not easy. All right. Let's make a chain. Let's see what this does here. Interesting. Okay, what does that look like? Design. Click the design view. Let's see here. You know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna rock with it. We're gonna roll this. We're gonna go with this for now. All right. Let's make sure we know what these things are called. So we're gonna call this TextView main. Call this button main. So give those some IDs that we're gonna remember. Okay. So let's just see what's going on here. Let's run the app with the virtual device. It's not going to look perfect, but we're going to be able to get that functionality down. We can work on making it look nice after that. So it has to take some time. So Android development is different from working with a dynamic language like Python or JavaScript because you have to compile every time you make a change to your code, and so it just takes some time. So we're waiting for it to install on the virtual device. Alright, looks like it's installed. Let's see what we got. Huh. Alright, let's click that run again. Click this run button here. Move my head, get out of the way. Let's take a look at that. Here's some data. Okay, there we go. Boom. So we see it launching our app. I'm gonna wait for it. Okay, cool. So we got okay, so this is a text view. We want an edit text. Okay. So if you try and click in here with our text view, it's not working. Which makes sense because a view is different from edit text. Alright, let's switch that up. That's what we want. So you can do it in the XML. So you can just do this like, call this edit text. Okay, maybe that's actually going to look a little better. Now we have to rerun or reinstall our app with our new changes. Let's see what that looks like. And we gotta wait for it to run. Let's pull that up, see what's going on there. Okay. So it's installing. Looks like it's launching. Okay, cool. Alright, so this is what we got so far. So we've got an edit text and we've got a button. So the button's not doing anything right now, so when you click it, nothing's going to happen. So let's do a couple things. Let's make a new screen, and let's set it up so that when we click this button, it's going to send whatever text we've written here to that second screen. Okay, so you can right click on app. We're going to do new, and we're going to move my face first. Sorry guys, head is just getting in the way. Alright, right there I think will be good. Okay, so right click app, new. So we're going to make a new activity. We're going to do an empty activity. Alright, we're going to call it second activity. Kotlin. Leave all the presets. Click finish. Alright. Alright, so in this second activity, we just want to display the text that we got from the main screen. So let's just figure out what we want this to look like here. Okay, minimize that. Alright, so we're going to do, this one will be a text view. So we had added text when we were inputting text. When we're just viewing text, we're going to do text view. Let's do the design view, or blueprint view, so we can see this a little better. Alright, and let's center this. Let's just do it real simple. Center it horizontally and vertically. Just make this real simple. Okay, vertically, nice. And let's also center it horizontally. Center, horizontally. Nice. Okay, let's keep it real simple. Now we're just going to display what we have from our main screen. Okay, so let's go back to main activity. So what do we want to do? So we need to set an on click. We need to give this edit text an on click attribute, and then tell it which function to call when we click it. So we can do that in the XML. Just type on click. It should give us a little preset value, and our function is going to be send message to second. We send message to second activity. Alright, and now it's giving us an little underline. So if you press Alt Enter, wait, hold on. Button. Fixing a couple of these errors here. Okay. Text. Edit text. Alright, so I'm just fixing a couple of these errors when we had that text view and then we changed to edit text. So this one is going to be edit text main. Then we're going to change our ID to edit text main. Okay. Just fixing these errors as they pop up. Alright, what's the error here? Alright, so we want to create this function here. Alright, so if you go back to the main activity, do you see how it created this skeleton for this function that we have here? And so in this function we're gonna do some of the legwork here to get this, send that message over to the second activity. So what do we want to do? Let's think. yeah, so we want to get a reference to the edit text and get the text it has. Find view. Okay, let's see here. Gonna resolve these errors, and we press Alt Enter, so it's gonna import that for us. So what this is doing is it gives us, now we've got access to that edit text from our layout. Now we're accessing this right here. You can grab that. Okay, so what do we want there? We want the text. You can call this text to send. Editable, that's interesting. Why is it editable? Okay, so we need to start activity with an intent. So start activity. So we're in the main activity. When we call start activity, it tells it to start whatever activity intent represents. So now we need to make intent. So val intent equals intent. So we're going to create a new class, intent class. Just Alt Enter to import those. So the method signature for intent, the first value is going to be, I believe this. And the second value is going to be the class, the activity you want to start. So second activity, right, so the first variable is package context, so it's this package. Second variable is the activity you want to start, and you have this like weird way of referring to it. And so with Kotlin, we're compiling it to Java, and so that's why you're seeing this .java ending here, because all the Android APIs, like most of them, are written in Java, because Kotlin is still a new language. Okay. So far, we're going to start the second activity with this intent. We're starting the second activity, but now we want to pass the message from the main activity to the second activity. So we can go intent, put extra. Message. Alright, so now we've added, so this intent activity, or this intent class, we've added our message to it. And so now in our second activity we can pull out this message. So let's see how we can do that. So we want to get access to that, let's see here, TextView. Right, and we gotta Alt-Enter to import that. So I did a lot of my development in Vim, and so it didn't have this like auto import stuff for you. So that is really nice to not have to figure out how to import something. So that's cool. Side note. All right, and the ID of our text view is going to be r.id, and then we got to figure out what it is. All right, so we can go to our XML and figure out what we called this thing. Click the split, and we gave it, okay, it's just got text view. Its ID is just text view, so that's how we refer to it. Text view. Okay. Oops. Okay, and so we're going to set text view dot text equals intent get extra So we give it the key, so it's called message. The key was message, and the value associated is going to be, hopefully be, the message that we wrote in our main activity. So we're setting, okay, let's see here. Alt-Enter, see what problem it's. Press Alt-Enter. Okay, yeah, so this extras, there may not be anything here, so that's why we're doing, oh, I see what's going on here. Okay, so it's using this Elvis operator, no message. Main activity. So let me just show you what this is equivalent to. Okay. Alright, first let's just see what, yeah, let's run this and let's see what happens. Let's not try and get some more iterations. We try not to write like a whole bunch of stuff, make a lot of changes, and then try and run our program, and then just when it stops, like we've changed 20 things, and so it's hard to pinpoint where the error was. So I probably should have even ran this a little bit sooner, but anyways, we're running now. Okay, this is not ours because our button says button. So alright, so we're waiting for it to launch activity. Okay, it's gotta be patient here. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, let's see if we can send a message. My message. Alright, let's see what happens. Huh. So nothing's working. Alright, so our button is not working currently. That's interesting. So now we have to debug and see what's going on. My head is in the way again, as usual. Alright. So we can do log.d and see text to send, we can figure out what text is in here. Like, what does this equal when we're trying to send it? Because I might have done something wrong here. Okay, so now hopefully whenever we push that button, it's going to tell us what text to send is equal to. So let's reinstall, and we wait. And you check this, you see this this dialog at the bottom of the Android Studio. It says Gradle build running. It'll tell you once it's finished. And so it's normally like, so it's a little bit, oh, it's going a little faster this time. I was actually reading a book in between, like as I was building, like iterating on my code. It would take so long, like I just like opened a book and started reading in between, so that was kind of nice. Okay, so we're going to open up the logcat, and we're going to type in text to send. Okay, so nothing yet. Let's see what happens. Test. Interesting. So we're not getting any output here when we click this button. The question is, did we set up our on-click listener correctly? Okay, search for on-click. Okay, we put our on-click listener in our edit text, so that's obviously not what we want. We want that to be in our button. So I think that was the error. Let's see what happens here. Move my face down here. Move it down there. Okay. Let's rerun this. And we're building. We're waiting. Still gotta wait. It's a little deceptive. That's like, I was working on something similar before, so that's why this like some seemingly similar app is appearing. But now this is our app. So remember, like the only change I did is I moved the on-click XML property from the edit text, so this message box here, and I put it on the button where it's supposed to be. So hopefully now we get this, like text to send will pop up. It should say test. Okay, boom. Nice. Okay, so that tells us, oh, and there we go. There we go, guys. So there it is. So we've made two screens. Just let's do a little recap to see what we've done here. Wait, can I go back? Let's see here. Nice. Okay, so let's do a little recap. So we made two screens, and we were able to send data from one screen to the next. So you could say, my data. We put an on-click listener onto this button. So whenever I click button, it will fire the it fires send message to second. And so what that does is it creates a second activity class, sends our message, whatever we've typed here. It sends that with the intent, and we'll see what happens. So let's click that again. My data, and it takes whatever our message is and displays it there. So let's see here, activity second. And so now our second activity, just in our onCreate function, we pulled out that message that we placed inside the intent. So super simple. Well, not super simple. Like, this took me a lot of time to figure out, but I figured it might help you save some time if you're trying to do the same thing. So that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.